Good morning, it's 10 a.m. on a Saturday. I've been up for a couple hours now. I had my breakfast and now just running the dishwasher. My house is a mess. I'm going to clean all of that. But today I wanted to talk about what I'm going to be doing in the next few days. So what happened is that in one of my videos I wore this pajama that everybody seemed to love. It's actually from Olivia Von Halle, and that is a premium brand, very, very expensive. I first discovered it 2 years ago when I was watching a series that my sister likes. Forgot what the series was. All I could remember was the pajama that the lady was wearing, and I was taken by it. I have this tendency of whenever I like something, I will track it down, and I managed to track down what pajama that lady was wearing, found it, saw the price tag, didn't bother. Then at some point they had a sample sale 2 years later, and that's something that I actually got really good at. So I have been really good at tracking sample sales, and it's something I started doing about 1.5 years ago, actually almost a couple months after I moved to the UK. I discovered this whole world of sample sales where you're able to buy things for, let's say, 50% of the price or even more, a deeper discount, and that's something I really enjoyed. So there was a sample sale and I managed to get these pajamas for half of the price, and I was very happy about that, and so I got them and I stocked up on them. The problem is that I did something that I'm not very proud of, but I have and I have actively tried to not do it. So there is this tendency sometimes of saving the nice things for later or for special moments, etc. It's like when you have in Morocco we have like a set of cutlery, a set of crockery and everything, plates and glasses, etc. that you only have when you have guests, and that's something that I don't like. So that's why I actually eat in very good plates all the time, because I deserve it day in day out. And for some reason I did not translate that into my clothes. And then so how did that start? Yeah, after I had my surgery, I realized that I had so many shoes that I had bought over 1 year in preparation for after my surgeries, right? I was supposed to do the left foot and the right foot, and then I decided not to do the right foot because I suffered so much in my left foot. But then I still had these shoes, and I was having this discussion with my sister that I had these boxes for months and months and months. And then she said, but why don't you wear them? You can afford to buy shoes, new shoes in 2 years or whenever you decide to do the second surgery. So I started wearing my nicer shoes. And then when I wore them, I just couldn't get myself to wear my other shoes again. That's the thing. Because I knew what it felt like to have the great shoes, I couldn't wear my other shoes again. And I did film a vlog about that in February, actually, when I was culling out my shoes that I no longer could use. To be fair, I kept most of them for way too long, and because they were not well made, they could not be repaired, whereas the shoes that I have now are things that can get rehealed and resold many times, so you can actually keep them for 10-20 years. So that started with the shoes. Then I had the same thing with pajamas happen recently. So I had so I had these sets of pajamas. So I have the Olivia Von Halle ones that I wouldn't wear. I had 2 from J. Crew that I would only have when I travel, and I had one that was also silk pajama from Simone Perel with its own little robe that I would only wear also when I travel. And at home I would wear my cotton pajamas that I've had for a few years. One of the pants that I have are actually from 8 years ago, from a brand called Aeropostal. I don't even know whether that brand still exists, but it was more of a teenage type of brand, and they had a line called Airy for like lingerie by Aeropostal. So it's 8 years old and I was still wearing them, and it has pink hearts in it. You have seen it in one of my vlogs. But then a few months ago, I had traveled and I went to a trip to East, and then I wore one of my J. Crew pajamas, and when I got back, I just said to myself, like, well, it was a personal trip, not a business trip. I was thinking, you know what? Why am I not wearing that at home? So I started wearing my J. Crew pajamas at home. And then we started this whole working from home thing, and I have been at home forever. And one day I just pulled out this pajama, and it's all silk, very well made, fits like a dream, nice buttons. And I couldn't go back to my other ones. So what I did is I actually now use the same assessment for everything, because I realized when I wore my good shoes, I was no longer able to wear my other shoes, and they were overdue a change. Same thing happened for my pajamas, and I realized that most of my pajamas were many years old and did not reflect my style anymore. So why do I have these things that I save for something that's not going to happen? And so I had the same critical eye to everything else, and I decided that in the next few weeks or three or 4 months or however long we have to still stay here, I'm going to just very slowly edit down. And this is going to be different than the previous times, because I did edit down when I was in Morocco moving to Belgium. I edited down when I was in Belgium, and I edited down when I was in London trying to do that style series. But I wasn't as ruthless. I got rid of a few things, I bought a few things that I like, but I feel that in the past few months I have discovered the style that I like the most. The last bit that happened that actually really made it clear that the rest of this working from home period I'm going to be editing a lot was getting dressed for work every day. I have noticed that there were some things that every time I touch them I just don't want to wear them. And yesterday I came to that conclusion with my pants. So what happened is that I got some of my Uniqlo pants. They are ankle pants, and I always thought that I like them because they're ankle length. I love ankle length and I love bracelet length, so I don't like to have the hems covered typically. And I couldn't wear them. Like I managed to make myself wear a pair of pants that I had from Marks and Spencer for about 5 years now. Really good quality, amazing color, amazing fabric. It just didn't feel right, and I couldn't put my finger on it until I saw what I ended up wearing the other days. And it was always the same jeans, either the full length jeans or the ankle length jeans. And they were high-waisted, and that's when it hit me. Uniqlo is a brand for mostly it's an Asian brand, so petite Asian women with this shape. I'm petite, I have this shape. There is no right or wrong shape. I like my hourglass figure, I think it's amazing, but what flatters a straight shape does not flatter my curves, which means that the waist, when it hits a straight shape like this, doesn't matter where it hits. Because I'm curvy and it hits me in my widest part, it just seems out of balance, and I love when the waist is a bit higher. And so I did actually go to my little drawer, and I started pulling out all my Uniqlo pants. And also that one pair that got the discussions. Oh yeah, this is the 8-year-old airy pajama pants. I was wearing this and I said no more, we ain't doing this. And so this is a bag where I'm keeping all of the things that I keep editing. And the other thing that confirmed that was that every time that I needed to wear something for work, I reached out for these skirts, which are high-waisted and very stretchy material. I have 3 of them in 3 colors, and I wore them every weekday except Friday for the past way over a year. That is impressive, because you guys know when I was on some medication, I gained a lot of weight. I still wore these. I have now lost all that weight from that medication because I stopped it, and I still fit in it. I take it on all my trips. I dress it up and down. I wore it with even like sneakers when I had my surgery. Just amazing. And then I realized that's enough. I like having these. I wear them all the time. I need to give them a little lint roll because I washed them with something light and now they have this. But that means also that all of this was filled with the pants that I never wore. These I wore a few times, but they also have a low waist, so I need to reassess now that I have figured out why I didn't like myself in these pants, whether I still want them. The jeans that I wear are actually these two. These are the jeans that I have been wearing at home, and it's one of those things where all my life I have always been wearing jeans that were dark color, like something like this, because I thought they would be slim and etc. I found myself loving the light wash jeans, and so that's what I have been wearing recently. And these are high-waisted, this is high-waisted, and so I got rid of one black jeans that were not high-waisted, so that's why I didn't wear them. And also they were black, and I don't want to wear black jeans because I thought they were slim, and there is nothing to slim in my figure. It's beautiful, so I'm keeping it as it is. So the black jeans also made it here. You have here the black jeans, you have the M&S pants. I'm going to end these. Yeah. And so now what I'm going to do is that essentially every day when I get dressed in the morning, I will try one item and I will have a ruthless assessment of that item. If I really don't feel like wearing it, off it goes, and that's it. I think at the end of that I will have a lot more space in my wardrobe. All of these things I love. Very, very high proportion of Cézanne actually, so if I have shown you this before, but this is obviously, this is Susanna, but Cézanne, these two are Brooks Brothers, and most of the stuff that is here is Cézanne, but it's currently in the wash because I wear that. So I have found a brand that works for my aesthetic. Why change that? I'm not buying anything more, but these are things that because I like them so much, just looking at this, you already know that in a week, if I have worn 4 items, that this is actually the right breakdown that I need. This is in the front because I need to steam it. So usually whatever I need to steam stays in the front, and then everything else means that it's ready to wear. This is a little bit crinkly. See where this is one of the problems that I had because I was experimenting a lot with all kinds of deodorants. I get these stains. I promise you this was washed many times, and I know it's gross to show, but this is the reality of it. I have quite a few t-shirts that I really liked, a couple of white t-shirts that are just now. I tried baking soda, I tried the bleach, I tried oxygen, the oxy thing, everything, white vinegar, everything, and I've tried so much of that they start to have holes. So these are things that I'm gonna have to turn into rugs or something. The other thing also is that I think now I have a very definite style of what I like. I also noticed that I no longer like to have t-shirts that are just tight, like very fitted. I like them to be slightly loose so that they have a little bit of drape to them, not boxy but just slightly loose. So again, I have lots of t-shirts that I had done a first call when I was in Belgium going to the UK, because a lot of these t-shirts were from Primark, etc. Since then I had bought some nicer t-shirts from Uniqlo and from the Cotton Story, which does organic Pima cotton, but I had been wearing them a lot, especially during the cold season. I was wearing them under my big sweaters, and so they have gotten a ton of wear, but it's time for them to go because every time I look at them I just put them back because they are discolored, because they have holes, etc. This shirt, I'm still holding to it. I have the same issue in here. I keep coloring, like trying to treat these areas as much as possible. There will be a point where I give up, but for now, as long as I make it work, I just try to treat the stains as well as I can. If you have any tips, let me know, but I have tried almost everything. But for everything else, I'm happy with what I have. So that's what I'm going to be doing in the next weeks. Let me know if you want me to film my shoes video, because I had filmed parts of that in a vlog in February, but I never got to edit it and upload it. So now I'm thinking maybe it is worth me sitting down and actually walking you through my shoes collection currently after I've had my surgery and I no longer need orthopedic shoes. It's not a big collection, and I actually need to, at some point, I need to bring back quite a few things from my storage unit just to have that overall view of everything that I have. For now I haven't, because I haven't been leaving the house for a few weeks now, but I will need at some point when the lockdown is over. I am allowed to go actually and take it. I just choose not to, because I know I keep sometimes referring to the lockdown, but it's more voluntary than enforced. I will start bringing a few things from my storage unit, because remember, as I said, one of my goals was to no longer need that storage unit, but I also did not want to rush it. So I have quite a few. I have 6 big boxes. I have my suitcases and everything, and I know that they are filled with quite a lot of things, especially seasonal stuff. So I want to be careful about how I'm calling things. I don't want to regret anything, but at the same time I have realized that if I was able to go for several months with just 3 skirts and not feel that I needed something more, then I'm happy. Same thing for my tops. I love these tops. I love these shirts. I use my sweaters to death. So I am at the point where I know my definite taste and I want to stick to it. So this will be very exciting in the next few weeks. Let me know whether you want me to show you a montage over the next days of everything that I take out, or whether it's actually better to do a big reveal, maybe end of summer or midsummer, of what my place would look like once I would have taken off everything that no longer fits my style. So I don't know what is the video type you want to see, so let me know down in the comments. I'm going now to go and edit this week's video, and I will upload it, because now that I have broadband, I can actually upload on the same day. So that is very exciting for me. So I'll make some tea, edit my video, upload it, and I'll see you in the comment section in a bit. Take care.